Have you ever been driving along a quiet highway when suddenly your car starts making a loud brrr sound and vibrating under your tires? For a split second, it might feel like something is wrong with your vehicle. But then you realize it only happens when your wheels drift near the edge of the road or across certain painted lines. Those noisy bumps in the pavement are called rumble strips, and they're actually one of the simplest but most effective safety features on modern roads. They don't flash lights, send signals, or rely on complicated electronics. Instead, they do something much more direct. They shake and wake you up. Today, we're taking a closer look at rumble strips. What they are, how they work, where they came from, and why transportation engineers consider them one of the most important tools for preventing highway accidents. Right here, on History of Simple Things. The idea behind rumble strips dates back to the mid-20th century, when traffic safety researchers began studying accidents caused by driver fatigue and inattention. On long, straight highways, drivers could easily drift out of their lane without realizing it, especially late at night or during long road trips. In the 1950s, highway engineers in the United States experimented with ways to warn drivers before they left the road. One early solution appeared on sections of the New Jersey Turnpike, where raised bumps were placed along the shoulder of the road. When tires rolled over them, they created a loud vibration and sound that alerted drivers instantly. The concept worked surprisingly well. Drivers who began drifting toward the edge of the road were suddenly jolted awake by the noise and steering wheel vibration, giving them time to correct their path. By the 1980s and 1990s, improvements in road construction made rumble strips easier to install. Instead of raised bumps, engineers began milling grooves directly into the asphalt, which proved cheaper, longer-lasting, and more comfortable for vehicles that stayed in their lanes. Today, rumble strips are used across many countries and are considered a standard safety feature on highways, rural roads, and even some city streets. Rumble strips are rows of grooves or raised bumps placed along certain parts of a roadway. Their purpose is simple. When a vehicle's tires roll over them, they produce vibration and a loud rumbling noise. This sensory feedback immediately grabs the driver's attention. Unlike painted lines, which drivers might overlook, rumble strips create a physical and audible warning that's almost impossible to ignore. Most rumble strips are created by cutting shallow grooves into the pavement, usually spaced evenly apart. When a tire crosses them, air compresses and releases rapidly between the tire and the grooves, producing the characteristic rumbling sound. The vibration is also transmitted through the car's suspension and steering wheel, giving drivers an extra signal that they've drifted off course. Not all rumble strips are placed in the same location. In fact, there are several types designed for different safety situations. Shoulder rumble strips are the most common. These run along the outer edge of highways. Their main purpose is to warn drivers who are drifting off the road, which is often the result of fatigue, distraction, or falling asleep at the wheel. Then there are center-line rumble strips, which are placed along the middle line between opposing lanes of traffic. These are especially useful on rural roads where head-on collisions are a risk. If a driver begins drifting into oncoming traffic, the rumble strip provides an immediate warning. Another variation is transverse rumble strips. Instead of running parallel to the road, these go across the lane, forming several rows of grooves. They're often placed before toll booths, intersections, or dangerous curves to alert drivers that they should slow down. You might also encounter lane line rumble strips, which are installed directly under the painted lane markings. These combine visual guidance with vibration warnings. What makes rumble strips remarkable is how simple yet powerful they are. Many serious accidents happen because drivers drift out of their lane without realizing it. Fatigue, distraction from phones, or even momentary daydreaming can cause a vehicle to slowly wander across the road. Rumble strips interrupt that moment instantly. The sudden vibration and loud noise trigger a natural reaction. Drivers instinctively correct their steering. Because the warning happens before the vehicle fully leaves the roadway, it often prevents the accident entirely. Studies by traffic safety agencies have shown that rumble strips can significantly reduce runoff road crashes and head-on collisions, especially on rural highways where speeds are higher and emergency response times are longer. And because rumble strips don't rely on electricity, sensors, or maintenance-heavy systems, they remain effective day and night, in rain or fog, and for decades after installation. Despite their safety benefits, rumble strips do have one small drawback: noise. When vehicles drive over them, the rumbling sound that alerts drivers can also be heard by people living near the road. In quiet rural areas, repeated rumbling from passing cars can sometimes become a nuisance. Because of this, road engineers often avoid installing them near residential neighborhoods, or design them with small gaps between sections to reduce constant noise while still keeping the safety benefit. At first glance, rumble strips may seem like a minor detail in road design, just a few grooves carved into asphalt. But their impact on road safety is enormous. By providing an immediate physical warning to drifting drivers, they help prevent some of the most dangerous types of accidents, vehicles leaving the road or crossing into oncoming traffic. They're cheap to install, require little maintenance, and work for every vehicle on the road, from motorcycles to heavy trucks. So the next time your tires roll over those buzzing grooves and your car suddenly vibrates, remember, the road isn't malfunctioning. It's talking to you and possibly saving your life. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.